creepy guy in the lumber aisle hanging out just because it smells great at Home Depot? This fragrance right here is just for you. Double dose of some cedar right now. Whoa, yeah. YouTube fragrance family, welcome to another Robes 08 fragrance review. Today I'm putting my nose on the house of Bentley. Now these car companies, it's not like in the 90s, guys. Remember the old school Ferrari fragrances that were like $14.99, $9.99, and the Cadillac fragrances and the, what was it, the Hummer H1, H2? No. This is one of the leaders in these car companies, and they're doing some solid fragrances here. Bentley came out with this one right here called Bentley for Men Absolute. Really good one for anybody that likes cedar. So let's take a look under the hood. It hit the shelves back in 2014. Bottle size is what you're going to see. It's what you're going to get, the 3.4 ounce bottle. Concentration is eau de parfum. Pricing online, it can vary at discounters, especially this one that is not the one with the gold emblem. You're going to look at around $50 to $100 online, give or take, to get this fragrance. If you can get it for cheaper than $50, which I've seen it before, you can snatch that up. Now, I did mention that there is two bottle presentations. I have one of them right here. There's two bottle types, so you may see yours and say, oh, Mark's is different than mine. Don't you worry. There's one that is called an exclusive, which has gold around it. I'll show a picture somewhere around here. That is a Harrods UK exclusive. And then there was a Middle East version, which is the one that's in my hand right here. So let's take a look at Group. This is an oriental woody fragrance. Definitely heavy on the woods. Now let's take a look at the note breakdown. Up top we have beautiful ginger, pink pepper, and incense. In the mid we have sandalwood, Atlas cedar, which is your main note in this fragrance, and papyrus. In the base we have musk, amber, and oud. The major notes to this nose right here would have to be the Atlas cedar, the incense, and the papyrus. The nose behind this one is Michel Almerac. Now, Michel Almerac, huge resume. This guy's been doing it for years, and I mean years. Known, obviously, most notably for this guy right here, Gucci Pour Homme I, just because these are often compared to each other, obviously discontinued. You go on eBay, you're probably looking at, I bought this for under 50 bucks. So I can return my investment on eBay, sell it for 250, 300 easily USD. Now, this fragrance is often compared to it, so we'll see if that's worth it to you. This nose, of course, has made some 80s greats like Zeno from Davidoff, Yop also. Another fragrance that's a favorite of mine, that's also discontinued though, Escada Magnetisma. So Michel Almerac has been doing it for a while, 80s, 90s, 2000s. Really a great nose in our community. Now, how many sprays and where with this particular fragrance? Bentley for Men Absolute. I go one on the chest, three on the neck. So when I do three, I go one on each side here and one on the back, and then two on the arms. I'm wearing a long sleeve shirt, so I'll just hit the pulse points here. That's good enough. So I like to go a little heavier with this fragrance. I could go 6, 7. I could probably spray another one on my shirt. I really like putting more with this fragrance. It's not going to give you more performance, but I absolutely like wearing this one at least 6, 7 sprays. Now, let's get into the opening of this fragrance. Let's do another spray just for shits and giggles on the back of my hand. So the opening of Bentley for Men Absolute. The first thing that it reminds me of is Gucci Pour Homme I. It brings out heavy cedarwood. It is very much going to be your primary note in this fragrance. People are going to say pencil shavings. I like to say Home Depot, the lumber yard. Incense is also one of your main players too, which of course brings you back to Gucci Pour Homme I. So Almerac was the nose behind that one, so it's uncanny to see that he brought back a formula that he utilized before. Now, they're not completely the same, but is $300 versus $50. What is it worth to you? So it won't take you long if you're familiar with Gucci Pour Homme I, that this is going to remind you of it. Immediately it reminded me of it. I agree that it not only takes a page of Gucci Pour Homme I, but it almost takes the whole damn book, to be quite honest. Almadak just took his formula with him and sold it to Bentley. Good job. Cedar wood in here. When it's done right, it will remind some people, of course, Home Depot, pencil shavings. I really feel like this is a very dry opening, very woody, and absolutely well done by Almadak here. The cedar wood in here, very ultra realistic. Beautiful cedar wood, so dry, and you can almost feel like you're in Home Depot with this one. It's absolutely well done. I love a good cedar base to a fragrance, and this one is just, this is what this fragrance is built upon, is the cedar. With any scent that has woods as its central theme, it is going to be a very dry scent, and it works best in the cooler months, and that's what this one is for. Absolute is not just, of course, cedar wood, but at times it feels that way because it just dominates the scent. I detected some pink pepper up top, so you're going to get some spice here, and some ginger, which is going to give this a fragrance, of course, some kick, and of course some uplifting qualities. Always liked ginger and cedar as a combo in a particular scent working together. They work so well together, those two notes. There's some camphor smoky qualities here in this fragrance from the olibanum as a secondary note, and some green aspects from the papyrus. The opening of Bentley for Men Absolute is very cedar prominent, so you have to be a fan of this note. It's very straightforward woods, it's simplistic, yet it has many underlying notes such as the ginger, the pink pepper, the incense, and the papyrus that run through the opening. Now more into the dry down, let's look under the hood a little bit more of this fragrance. And looking more into the heart and the deeper dry down of Bentley for Men Absolute, it doesn't move much. You're going to continue to have a strong woody base with the smoke toning down. It wasn't really that smoky up top, to be quite honest with you, but it completely loses its smoky character later on. The green from the papyrus helps the cedar, and there's some white musk coming through to give it some depth. For a woody scent in the dry down, it felt a little thin, to be quite honest, and not as thick as you'd come to expect from a darker woody scent. To note, also oud. I always like to pinpoint oud in fragrances, especially if the note's kind of missing in a fragrance. I felt that it really wasn't strong here, non-factor to my nose. If you're buying this for the oud, you're going to be strongly disappointed. I really felt like this was kind of reminds me, you know what it reminds me of? Royal Oud from Creed. Royal Oud from Creed, very woody centric. And it really didn't emphasize a lot of qualities that oud can display. Obviously, one of them is woods. But this is very much cedar based, and the oud here, not a huge factor. The opening, as simplistic as it was, has some personality there. And the dry down just continued on to that theme, but the layers started after hour, kind of losing some of that personality, some of that character, while really remaining cedar-centric. So it really was just a big slab of wood. There's a little bit of stuff going on in the opening, which is nice. You got a little bit of something else, a little bit of spice, a little bit of kick. You got a little bit of green, and you got a little bit of smoke. More into the dry down, you're losing a lot of that character. Now let's get into the Revolver. Recommended age. I think this is geared for older folks. I really think that heavy woody scents like this with a little bit of spicy kick, I would look at 25 and up. But if you like cedar, you're going to like this. Doesn't matter what age you are. But I feel like a more mature man, a guy with a beard, 30s, 40s, really can pull this off. Especially if you're wearing like a flannel shirt or something. I really like this one. Very masculine. Seasons. This is made for fall. I don't think it has enough juice or enough push to it to really hit these Canadian winters. It's kind of the same problem with Gucci Pour Homme I. It's still good. If you're staying indoors, it's great. Outdoors, it kind of loses its oomph. But you can wear it for fall, you can wear it for winter. Cool spring night will work very well with this one. And that goes to day or night. I really like this one more for a nighttime scent than anything. Work appropriate, it can be in the cooler months. For an older man, I could really just see it. It depends on your, of course, the way you dress and what your kind of work you're going at. A signature scent worthy, yes, I can see this as a signature scent for the cooler months only. You'd have to put it away during summertime. Summertime, this is not working on my skin. It is not. It is too much. There's a little too much depth here, and it's too much woods. I like something a little more brighter for the summer. Now on to my final thoughts. Bentley for Men Absolute takes that heavy cedarwood approach, which is very simplistic yet very much masculine. I love heavy woody based scents. Scents like Gucci Pour Homme I, of course, Royal Oud by Creed, Potion by D Squared come to mind as the same type of genre of fragrance as this one right here. As it's highly compared to Gucci, some actually prefer this one instead of the Gooch. Others say it's not even close. Go for the Gooch, pay $250 to $300 on eBay, and end it. To me, personally, it's close. And I would wear both for the same occasion. So it's all about your wallet and where you are in your journey. For me personally, hey, I'm a frag head. I'm a collector. Gucci Pour Homme I. I would pay crazy prices for it just because that's the way I am. But if you're just looking for a cedar-based scent, you've heard about that Gucci, and you really want to taste a little bit of that Gooch, it's in here. There's some in here. Some downfalls of this scent. A, the scent can be quite linear. You got some cedar plank action here, a little bit of action up top with a little bit of something else, and it gets less and less with time. Other complaints are that it sits a little too close to the skin, so you got to keep that in mind. Same type of things with Gucci Pour Homme I, to be quite honest. A lot of people don't get much performance out of that fragrance, and some people kind of feel like it's linear. I feel like it has a lot to it, but that's only just personal choice. Overall, this Bentley is a solid scent, especially if you purchased it at discounters for around $50 or less. I'd recommend it to you if you really like cedarwood based scents. Now let's get into the rating system projection. 5 bottles out of 10. Not very loud as a scent. Kind of below average. I had an average score, but I could easily go 5 or 4 here as far as projection goes. Longevity, same type of problem here. 5 bottles out of 10. I only got 4 to 7 hours on this one. A little low for this type of scent. I'm really looking for 6 to 8, 4 to 7. A little weak, but it's still workable. 4 to 7 is still workable and can still, for me, purchase worthy. Compliment factor. 5 bottles out of 10. Again, very average. Never really grabbed much attention, this type of fragrance. It just never did. 5 bottles out of 10. Uniqueness, I got to give it 4 bottles out of 10. Honestly, there's not much innovation here. They just pulled Almanac, and Almanac, or somebody just said, do Gucci Pour Homme I, or Almanac just said, hey, I got a fragrance that got discontinued, and I like it. You guys should put it in this bottle. Done. Pricing versus what you're going to get, 8 bottles out of 10. Very solid score. For discounters pricing, yeah, this is actually very, very solid. A cedarwood type scent that I absolutely love. Versatility, 7 bottles out of 10. Solid during the cooler months, but you got to put it away for the warmer months. Smell, 8 bottles out of 10. The main player, cedar, is just like Almanac did in Gucci, which is simply outstanding. And it is a great cedarwood scent. Overall, 7 bottles out of 10 for this Bentley. A solid scent with a little bit of downfalls, but it all depends on you and your nose, and see if this is purchase worthy for you. And that goes to buy, try, or pass. This is a definite try for me. I really feel like it all depends on your taste, your budget. I really feel like this one's a really good purchase for people that would love a cedar-based scent with a little bit of smoke, incense with it. So I'd love to hear your take on this fragrance in the comments below. If you haven't sniffed it, well, tell us your favorite release from the House of Bentley. Have you tried this house yet? If you enjoyed this content, please hit that like button. I certainly appreciate that. Subscribe if you haven't already. And while you're at it, hit that bell. Are you part of my notification gang yet? If you haven't checked me out yet on Twitter, I'm on Instagram, I am on Facebook. You can just type in Robes08 and you'll find me pretty easily. The links are down below too, so you can click on those. I also have a Facebook group called Fragrance Guru Nation, where you and 14,900 members, the biggest Facebook group on fragrances at the moment, and we discuss fragrances. People are selling, people are splitting fragrances, so it's a great way to discuss our beautiful hobby. Now I'm going to leave you with a few takes from all those social media of mine. I asked people on social media what they thought about this particular fragrance, so you got different takes here instead of just mine, and you're going to see those at the end of this video. As always, a greater pour fragrance will make a lasting impression. Choose your scent wisely. Thanks for watching.